Hello friends, today we are going to study the chapter number first, that is solid state 12th chemistry. The solid state is the state of matter. Matter is having the three major states, that is solid, liquid and gaseous state. In this chapter we are going to discuss the first state, that is the solid state. See the introduction. The solid state is the state of the matter which is characterized by strong intermolecular forces of attraction which are having definite shape, definite volume and the particles. The particles can be atoms, ions, molecules or electrons, and these are smallest in nature. Okay, these are the characteristics of the solid state. See the next concept, that is the types of solid state. On the basis of the physical and chemical properties of the solids, the atomic arrangement and the binding energy, the solids are mainly defined in the two types, that is the crystalline solids and amorphous solids. The first type, see the first type, you can see the crystalline solid. To which types of solid you can say the crystalline solid? In case of crystalline solids, the atoms, ions, molecules or electrons, they are well ordered, having definite arrangement, so the solids are known as the crystalline solids. For example, what is the example of crystalline solid? You can take the sugar. Sugar is the crystalline solid, right? Next one is the properties of the crystalline solids. The first property of the crystalline solid is they exhibit regular repeating structure presented by unit cells. Means many unit cells, they are specifically arranged in specific manner and make one crystal. Means the one crystal, it is made up of many unit cells, right? This is the first property. These solids usually shows specific and sharp melting points. Next one, the diffraction through these crystals is found to be very sharp, and the breakage can occur in the crystallographic planes only. If you are using the non-crystallographic planes, then the breakage is not possible. These are the properties of the crystalline solid. The next type is the amorphous solid. Now, to which types of substances you can say the amorphous solid? If you consider the liquid, if the particles of the liquids, they are in constant motion and you are taking the stop action photograph of the liquid, that state is known as the amorphous state, right? The stop action photograph of the liquid, it is known as the amorphous state, which are isotropic in nature. They are having no sharp melting points and the particles arranged randomly, right? These are the amorphous solids. In case of amorphous solids, the amorphous solids can have some specific properties, like when they cleaved or breaks, they will break into the irregular pieces or the dissimilar fragments. Second one, the amorphous, they are translucent solids, are called glass. Almost any substance can solidify in amorphous form if the liquid phase is cooled easily and rapidly, right? These are the properties of amorphous solids. Now see the classification of the crystalline solids. The crystalline solids, they can be classified into the four types, that is the molecular crystals, ionic crystals, network crystals, and metallic crystals, right? The first type is the ionic crystal. The ionic crystals means the name again is indicating the ionic crystal, that is they are made up of the ions, so they are known as the ionic crystals, and they exhibits the properties like the high melting points. They are hard and brittle in nature. They melt to form liquid which are electrical conductors because the ions are free to move. The second property is they are water soluble, easily dissolve in the solvents and make the solutions which can be a conductor of electricity. Next property is the ionic solids are brittle and hard in nature, and they are composed of simple ions like NaCl. NaCl is the ionic solid. In case of NaCl, the ions can be made like Na plus and Cl minus, right? These are the some properties of the ionic crystalline solids, right? The next one is the covalent crystalline solid or the covalent crystals. Here again the name itself indicates the covalent solids. The covalent solids, they are having the covalent bond in each other and having the properties, that is their lattice points are occupied by neutral atoms. The atoms are held together by covalent bonds. They are hard solids. They are having high MP. They are poor conductors of electricity, and you can consider the example of the covalent solids, that is the diamond and graphite, right? This is the covalent solids. Next one is the molecular crystalline solid. Here again the name itself indicates the molecules, they are arranged into this type of solid in the specific arrangement, and many molecules make the molecular crystal, right? Means they are having the 3D arrangement of the molecules which is held together by relatively weak intermolecular forces. They can be the London dispersion forces or the dipole-dipole forces or hydrogen bonding forces, like, right? Now see, the molecules are packed together according to the size and shape. They are having low melting points, soft, and do not conduct the electricity. Here the example it is there, that is the dry ice and H2O. Dry ice and H2O, these are the very familiar examples. Now next one is the metallic solid. Now again here the name itself indicates about the metallic crystal, the crystalline solids which are having the metallic bonds. They are known as the metallic crystalline solids. Now see their properties. They are soft to hard. low to high melting points, and good conductor of heat and electricity. These are the properties of metallic crystalline solid. Now see why they are metallic crystalline solid, because they are exhibiting the properties of the metals, like they are malleable in nature, means you can convert that type of substance into the different size and shape. They are ductile in nature. Ductility means what? The solids can be converted into thin wires. This property is known as the ductility. They are good conductors of heat and electricity. They are lustrous in nature, that is they can shine, and hardness, they are hard in nature. These are the properties of the metallic solid. Now see here the concept of isomorphism and the concept of polymorphism. Here the isomorphism can be defined as the existence of two or more different substances in the same crystal form and structure. This is the isomorphism. And polymorphism as the existence of the same substance in two or more crystal modifications, and morphotropy as the change in crystal form due to alteration in the molecule of, right? The next concept is the polymorphism and the allotropy. The concept of polymorphism and allotropy. Polymorphism can be defined as it is the ability of a solid material to exist in more than one form or crystal structure. Poly means what? Poly means many, right? So morphism, that is the forms. Morphism means forms, many forms. Polymorphism is the property of the solid material to exist in two or more forms or crystal structures, right? Now see, this polymorphism can occur in chemical compounds, and it is describes the difference in crystal structures of compounds, right? This is the concept of polymorphism. Now see the allotropy. What is meant by allotropy? Allotropy is the existence of two or more physical forms of a chemical element. Means some elements, like suppose you can take the substances, chemical substances which we are obtaining from the earth crust. They are obtaining in different forms, right? But the name is same. The formula, chemical formula will be same. Means the substance, chemical substance which can be existing in the two or more physical forms is known as the allotropes in nature, and the property is known as the allotropy. For example, you can take the carbon having its allotropes like graphite and diamond, right? Next one, the allotropy occurs in chemical element which describes the difference in atomic arrangement of compounds having the atoms of the same chemical elements. Okay, here we have studied all these concepts from the solid state. In the next period, we are going to start the unit cell in the crystalline solids. Thank you.